Hello, and welcome to today's seminar. We want to thank you all for taking the time to join us, either in person or via the webinar. Our goal here today will be to present to you an understanding of what good recruitment and retention entails. Many factors are involved with the recruitment process, and we hope today you will learn a new idea, approach, or initiative that will help the future growth within each of your companies respectively. An overview of what we hope to accomplish here today will be a variety of topics that, if comprehended and implemented properly, will ensure a better process of recruitment. The following topics we will discuss today are defining what recruitment is, the importance of recruitment, what factors tie into recruitment, and finally, how recruitment can benefit your company. I'm Jeff Byers, and I work for Berkshire Grocery Company. I've been employed with them for 12 years and have built a nice portfolio of accomplishments while working with them. I am now working with our Human Resources Department, where I have gained an insight into the onboarding processes, recruitment, and training respects. I am joined here today by two colleagues, Analorena Rodriguez of Jacksonville ISD and Susan McClinney of Fresenius Medical Care. Over the last several years, we each have had heavy involvement in researching recruitment and retention. Today, we will share with you the basics of recruitment and how it can benefit your business. If you were to pick up a dictionary, you might find that the definition of recruitment is the act of enlisting people into the armed forces. Well, unless anybody here today is specifically working with the U.S. military, I think we better read on to get a different interpretation. As it pertains to a human resources perspective, recruitment is the action of finding new people to join an organization or support a cause. I think we're a little bit closer with the surface with this concept. Another interpretation is read as the process of identifying that an organization needs to employ someone up to the point at which application forms for the post have arrived at the organization. Now, let's think about that first definition we liked for a second. Recruitment is the action of finding new people. The key word I think in this definition is action. Recruitment requires action. Without it, a company will not sustain for the long term. As recruiters for our companies, we cannot sit back and just hope that the qualified candidates will walk into our doors. We are responsible for getting out there and promoting our companies, their cultures, along with the opportunities we have to the general public so that we build a good selection of future employees. Now, let's break down that second quality definition. The process of identifying an organization needs to employ someone. This sounds like a no-brainer, I know. If a position is open, surely we can identify that we need to fill it. As we read on, it says, to the point at which application forms for the post have arrived at the organization. Sounds simple. But how are you getting those application forms to your organization? What techniques and strategies are you applying here? One powerful tool that companies around the globe are using to their advantage is their company culture. I know firsthand that Berkshire's is doing this, as well as the renowned internet giant Google. Google promotes to the college graduates who are potential future employees a laxed work environment full of excitement and other benefits like free food daily. Google certainly has the market cornered when it comes to an enticing company culture. So what is it exactly that other companies are doing today to recruit qualified candidates? What actions are they taking to bring those people in? I would now like to bring up at this time Ms. Rodriguez, at this time to share with you the importance of recruitment and a few factors that play a key role in the recruitment process. Ms. Rodriguez.
Thank you, Jeff. My name is Analorena Rodriguez. My background consists of 5 years in business-related services and a year of education service. I'm currently employed through Jacksonville Independent School District. Today, I will address the key questions of effective recruitment process. In addition to Jeff's statements, during recruitment process, there are 3 important questions that must be addressed. What type of individual should be targeted? How can the targeted individuals be reached? What recruitment message should be communicated? First and most important is to know who the targeted individuals are. This is crucial because you want to develop a recruitment strategy that works. This also makes it easy for organizations to locate targeted individuals. For example, if you're Berkshire and your targeted individuals are college students, then the best location to find high qualified candidates are in your city's colleges or universities, versus advertising through a website where you will get a diversity of job applicants that you may not be interested in or be wasting your time. Once we have targeted individuals, we want to know the best way to attract these individuals. This is vital to the success of the recruitment process. This question can save or cost the company thousands. You want to begin by giving a little information or background of your company by stating the company's culture, advancement opportunities, compensation, and benefits. According to article, the three most important things you look for in your employment relationship, compensation, opportunities, and company's culture, are the main targets when looking to work for a company. However, there are recruiting methods to reach targeted individuals. The most effective method is employee referrals. 3 reasons why this is true. According to article Recruiting and Attracting Talent, a guide to understanding and managing the recruiting process. 1. Current employees value their reputation, so they will only refer individuals they believe would make good employees. 2. Current employees will also provide those they refer with realistic information, which in return the prospective applicants will make more informed decisions. And 3. Referrals from current employees are an especially effective way to bring job openings to the attention of people who are not actively seeking for a job, but do possess desirable skills, work experience, and work ethic. To continue with the recruiting methods, we also have organizational websites, social networks, and college recruiting. These methods should be obvious. For instance, organizational websites is an inexpensive way to convey considerable information about a job opening. For social networking, organizations could announce job openings to attract the attention of individuals, especially recent graduates, who may not be reached as easily through other methods. And last, college recruiting. Gaining permission from the university to let your company recruit can be a hard process, but at the end, it can be rewarding and worth the effort. Bringing higher percentage of accepted job offers and a higher quality pool of job applicants you can be seen as trustworthy. For our third and last question, you must be able to develop a unique recruitment message. The recruitment message is the key point in whether an applicant accepts or rejects a job. Keep in mind the recruitment message must answer: does the message present information important to your target group? Is the information specific? And is the information realistic? To answer the first question, whatever your targeted group is, make sure the message mentions their highest needs, whether it's compensation, benefits, duties, or job location. For the second question, be specific. For example, you want to assure your organization values your employees versus inform that no one has been laid off in the last 3 years. The more specific you are, the better picture the applicant will have. And to answer the last question, be realistic. Make your company seem credible. Provide both positive and negative information so the applicant can have a true insight. This will prevent recruiting an individual that would have been unhappy if hired into a job that did not meet their expectations, resulting in turnover or low levels of motivation among new employees. In general, there is no doubt that recruiting the right people can be challenging. In the end, the key to effective recruiting is just answering a few questions as thoroughly as possible. Now we will turn to Susan, where she will explain the positive and negative factors of recruitment.
Thank you, Analorena. Hello, everyone. I would like to start by saying thank you very much for being here with us today. My name is Susan McClenny. I've been employed with Fresenius Medical Care for 7 years. Fresenius Medical Care is one of the largest providers of kidney dialysis in the world. I started out as the patient account representative in the billing office. I'm now the supervisor of the Medicare department, and I'm responsible for the hiring of new employees as well as the day-to-day monitoring and guidance of my team. Today, I'm going to review with you the good, the bad, and the ugly regarding the end outcome of the recruitment selection process. We can start by asking the question, what is the cost of a bad hire? It goes without saying that hiring the wrong employee for a position can cost the company huge amounts of money. The cost of hiring several of the wrong employees is even more outrageous, especially for a small company. When you hire a bad employee, your good employees are required to work even harder in order to make up for all the work that the bad hire is not doing. This can easily put the company at risk of losing their good employees, which can further sink the company in terms of cost. It is important to remember that you are only as good as the people that work for you. The bottom line cost of a bad employee include the hiring cost of that employee, the employee's total compensation, the cost of maintaining that employee, their mistakes, their failures, as well as all of the missed opportunities for the company. It includes their severance as well as the cost of their disruptions to other employees. It is already increasingly hard to retain quality employees, so adding on a bad hire that could potentially have been a good hire is definitely something that all employers want to avoid. It is also increasingly difficult to keep employees motivated and engaged. According to the JobBot survey of 2014, only 38% of employees stay with the company for 3 to 5 years. 18% stay 2 years, and 12% of new hires stay for 18 months or less. I found this information to be surprising. These numbers seem quite bad, and employers really need to be stepping up to ensure quality recruitment to keep the bad out and ensure that good employees that they do hire love their jobs, are motivated, and will happily stay with their organization until retirement. Our company is currently in the process of doubling in size, and we've been reviewing resume after resume in order to add an additional 37 staff to our office. In this recruitment process, I found these statistics to be quite accurate. I find one of the questions that I'm asking potential employees is, what are you looking for in an organization? Because I see that so many of them have had several jobs that they did not stay at for much more than a year. There are many reasons that an employee leaves a company, but so many of the reasons that they leave are issues that a company could really improve on. JobBot shows that 61% of employees leave the company for better compensation. However, it would stand to reason that if employers have more effective recruitment policies that they could better compensate their employees and therefore have higher employee retention. Now on to review the advantages of an effective recruitment program. As opposed to the hiring of bad employees, a quality recruitment program will result in quality candidates that are more likely to stay with the organization for a longer period of time, a lower cost of maintaining those employees, as well as a lower turnover rate for the organization. A great example of positive recruitment is UPS's Meet Carson and Fall in Love with Being a UPS Driver. This video is simply brilliant, and as stated in the article, may have saved UPS millions of dollars in recruitment costs. It is a perfect example of how a company can turn passive candidates into active job candidates. A passive candidate is a qualified candidate for employment who isn't necessarily looking for work, but who may be interested if the right job comes along. Employers often actively seek passive candidates for employment, especially when they are seeking candidates with very specific skills and experience. When employers proactively recruit candidates, it's called candidate sourcing, and companies may look for candidates on LinkedIn, on social networking sites, and on other online sites. as well as working with recruiters to find qualified applicants. An active candidate is actively looking for work. This does not necessarily mean unemployed. Active candidates are looking for new opportunities for a variety of reasons. They could be concerned about their current employer's stability. They would like to take on more responsibility or obtain a better title. Their job may have been outsourced. Their employer could have gone out of business. About 25% of the fully employed workforce fall into this category. And it is from here that many of the open positions are filled. That's because these are the people that are open to a new opportunity and are proactively trying to find their next position. One of the greatest new ways employers are saving money on the cost of recruitment is through social media. Social media takes so much of the legwork out of finding new employees and therefore saves the company money. Statistically speaking, around 73% of recruiters have hired employees using social media in 2014. Considering this higher percentage of social media, it is surprising that a whopping 82% of recruiters believe that their social recruiting skills are merely proficient or less than proficient. The items that I have presented to you in this portion of our seminar are just a handful of the top techniques in today's market. If implemented properly, they can assist employers in recruiting and retaining talent for their organization.
And that concludes our seminar here today on recruitment and retention. I want to thank Analorena and Susan, if y'all want to come back up here for a moment. I want to thank them for their time and their input today. We thank you for joining us. We will be around for answering questions about the seminar, and thank you for coming. Good enough.